Two. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name, now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. From the DC school, I swear it felt like I crawled on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. It's UPK until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Dear God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I Acts 6 and 3.
Most High in Christ. And Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakatham, Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'Hashem Yahshua, to all the brothers and all the sisters in Israel. You understand, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and of course all the brothers and sisters across the land. You understand that is looking for your identity. It's right here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand today, once again, okay, guys. Once again, you understand we are going into the Feast of Purim. This is the memorial, you understand, of when Queen Esther, you understand, obeyed Mordecai, her cousin, who raised her like a father, you know what I'm saying, and delivered, you understand, the children of Israel out of the hands of King Ahasuerus, you know what I'm saying, who was allowing, you understand, a high official under him named Haman to, you understand, to create a decree that would inevitably destroy the entire nation of the Israelites, man. Our forefathers, you Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if this event had a went in any other way, other than us being, brought out of that situation by the Most High, you understand, through the work of Mordecai and Esther, we would not be here today, man. We would have been utterly destroyed. You understand? So it's very important that you learn your history. Learning and understanding your history is going to save you from the issues that plague us here in this earth. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't caught up yet, right now, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you are destroyed on this earth, man. You are destroyed on this earth. You don't know your identity. You don't know who you are. You don't know your language. You call yourself all kinds of names, Black, African American, you understand, Spic, Hispanic. You call your name, every name other than what you truly are. You understand? And it's because you don't understand it's because you don't know the Most High, and we're going to teach you this, man. We're going to teach you the truth. We're going to teach you your traditions. We're going to teach you how to obey the Most High so we can come up out of this captivity, so we can get our people up off of drugs. You understand? So we can get up out of the ghettos, you know what I'm saying, and we can live like we supposed to live, like the way that the Lord intended for us to live, man. You understand? So let's get back into the chapter. I believe we was on chapter what now?
6 and 3, Esther, sir.
We was in chapter 6 and 3. Refresh my mind where what was going on around that time. I think that was.
And it was found written for Mordecai. It's the keep through the door. The king said, "What honor, dignity, and Mordecai for this."
Okay, I know where we at. No sweat. All right, so this is around the time. Now, what we getting back into, right? What we getting back into is when King Ahasuerus, you understand, he had trouble sleeping. You understand? But he couldn't sleep, so he called in one of his servants to come and read him Chronicles, man. And Chronicles, of course, contains, you understand, the history of his reign. You understand? And when he reigned, you understand, he had it all documented so that he can go back and see what was in the records. And in those records, he learned, or he brought to his remembrance that Mordecai, the Jew, the Benjamite, you understand, the brother who would have been from the tribe of who would have been a Jamaican or a Trinidadian or from Tobago, you understand, he would have been from the West Indies today. You know what I'm saying? A brother named Mordecai, you know what I'm saying, cousin of Queen Esther, you understand, he had stopped, a situation where some guards were plotting on assassinating King Ahasuerus. You know what I'm saying? And he read that in the book, that he in that history, you understand, and he wanted to know now, well, have we did anything to you know what I'm saying, to commemorate or to reward Mordecai for that brave act? You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to make sure that brave act, that bravery, or that thing that he did that showed, you know what I'm saying, loyalty to the king, that it got rewarded. All right, so we're gonna get into it, and I think around this chapter is when he called in Haman to ask Haman what should a man of that kind of honor receive as a reward. So we're gonna go ahead and read it. Go ahead where we started off at. Go ahead.
Sir.
Exodus 6, verse 3, King James Bible. And the king said, what honor and dignity have been done to Mordecai this day?
It said, what honor and dignity has been done to Mordecai this day? Meaning, what have we done to reward him for this thing that he did? The fact that he let it be known to Esther that there was two guards who was plotting. You understand? Who was plotting to murder him, man. You understand? To assassinate him. So the king was wondering, well, what have we done for him? Go ahead.
Then said the king's servant that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him.
The servant said we hadn't did anything for him. Go ahead.
Verse 4, and the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that had been prepared for him. So
around this time, here comes Haman. Haman's coming to the court because Haman is wanting to kill Mordecai. Remember, Haman was an Edomite, he was an Agagite, you understand, that comes from the lineage of Esau. You understand? And he was just so dead set on wanting to kill, you understand, to murder Mordecai. He hated Mordecai because Mordecai was just not a coon. Mordecai was not a weak person. He was not about to bow down to them, man. Mordecai stood firm every time that man tried to get him to bow. You know what I'm saying? And so Haman hated him for that. And so he's coming into the court, you know, the king's court, to request that he was able to be able to kill him. You understand? To be able to murder Mordecai, just like how he sent out, just like he requested a decree to kill all of the Jews because of the fact that Mordecai didn't want to bow to him, man. Shows you how diabolical and evil, you understand, our enemy is on this earth. You understand? How he destroys us on this earth just because he can't stand our guts, man. You can't walk up black man, this resonates all the way to you now. You can't walk down the street, you understand, minding your damn business without somebody coming, without either Karen out there calling the police on you, or you understand, or a squad car or a cop car pulling up next to you, accusing you, or trying to see if you're doing something wrong because of you just being black and you just there. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like they threatened by your presence, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same spirit that was in Haman. He just couldn't stand, you know what I'm saying, Mordecai. He couldn't stand the fact that Mordecai didn't bow to him because Mordecai was loyal to God and not to no man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And black man, you will learn when you come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you will learn how to not bow to your enemies. You'll learn how to not bow to them enemies, man. You'll learn how to live righteously. You'll obey the laws of the land. You understand? But you're going to learn how to stand firm and not allow, you know what I'm saying, our enemies to make you, to destroy you. If you could, Baba Shah. All right? To allow them to destroy you. You understand? And to punk you. You understand? Mordecai didn't take that. Mordecai let it be known, I'm a Jew. You know what I'm saying? What do I look like bowing down to you when my God told me to not ever bow down to anybody? You understand? And so so he stood firm, and of course Haman didn't like it. Now Haman's up in his court like a little whiny girl, mad and upset because he can't get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't get a Mordecai to bow down to him. So now he's going to request that the king gives him permission to do so, just like how the king gave him permission, you understand, to go and do as he wanted to do to the Jews at the time, man. Let's keep going.
Okay, sir. And the king's servant said to him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said,
read that again.
Yes, sir. And the king's servant said to him, behold, Haman standeth in the court, and the king said, let him come in.
So he told him to come in. So Haman standing in the king's court, he told him to come on in. Keep reading.
Verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor?
Read that again.
So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor?
You understand? The king said, what should I do for you? You understand? And I delighted to honor you because, of course, you got to remember, Hammond was a high official. You understand? Hammond was a top man. And just imagine like whatever the highest rank in the military under the president. You understand? He was that man. You understand? He was the man who made all the calls or whatever. You understand? And he was the one that was in the ear of the king. Just imagine the king sitting right there and he's over there. Well, you know, they're not supposed to be doing that, this and that. He's the man that's giving the counsel to the king and carrying out orders for the king, but also convincing the king to do whatever his will is. You understand? And Hammond just wanted so badly to deal with Mordecai and the Jews, man. There's a perpetual hatred. You understand? They have a perpetual hatred for us, an ongoing hatred for us. And that's what's happening right here, man. Even all the way up in this time period, the Persian Empire, you understand? Even Esau is still trying to destroy us or harm us, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man? What shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to honor more than himself?
Salakia, let me go back on that. My mistake. I had to hear that again. This right here at this part, you understand, the king is asking Haman, how should he reward a man that is honorable? You understand? That's what he's asking Haman. You understand? Because he's trying to figure out how he's going to reward Mordecai for that bravery, for that thing that he did, that honorable thing that he did for the king, or that act of loyalty. You understand? And so he's asking Haman. Now Haman hates Mordecai.
That's right.
Haman hates Mordecai. Right. And he does. At this point, he doesn't even know that the king is talking about, giving Mordecai something or rewarding Mordecai. That's right. And he doesn't realize that he's getting ready to give input to the king as to what to give to his enemy.
Right.
There's a reward. You know what I'm saying? So keep reading.
Let me read it again, sir. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor?
So the king, what should I do for a man who I want to honor so badly? All right, go ahead.
Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do honor more than myself?
So Haman's like, he was thinking in his mind, well, dang, who else could he be talking about other than me? It's like, well, maybe he's talking about me. Maybe I don't know something, but who could be more than me? So he's thinking at this time he just puffed up and he just like, man, okay, all right, no sweat, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king useth to wear.
So Haman is saying, this man that you want to honor, let him wear your robe, man.
God.
Let him wear some of your apparel.
God.
And you talking about the king's apparel that nobody else would be putting on but the king.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is like royal and rich, whatever the fabric is used. This is like something. This is high. You understand? This would be an expensive garment. Something that would break your pockets if you went and bought it. Man. You understand? And he's saying, give him one of your royal robes, man. Read.
And let the royal apparel be brought, which the king useth to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal.
He's saying, let him not only get a robe, but give him a horse, and also give him a crown to put on top of his head, man. You understand? And he's sitting there just don't know that he's giving advice to the king to reward his enemy, Mordecai. You understand? Go ahead.
And the crown royal, which is set upon thy head. Verse 9. And let his apparel and the horse delivered to the hand of the one the king most noble princes, that they may array the man withal, whom the king delighted to honor, and the king and bring him on horseback through the street of the city.
You understand? And so, in other words, now the man that you want to be honored, he should not only be put on a horse with a crown and a robe, but we should parade him through the city and let everybody know that this is the man right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the man right here. All right? Keep going.
And bring him on horseback through the city, street of the city, and proclaim him. Thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighteth to honor.
He said, this is exactly what you should do for the man that you delighted to honor.
Wow.
Keep reading.
Verse 10, and the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse, and thou, as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew.
Oh, you could imagine how mad he was probably on. That probably said in his head, man.
That's right.
Because that was supposed to have been him. In his mind.
That's right.
That was supposed to have been him.
God.
That wasn't supposed to be Mordecai.
God.
But he had to do what he was told.
God.
He had to do what the king told him to do.
God,
and the king said, all right, don't sweat it. You're right. Go get a robe. Go get a crown. Go get a horse. And go take it to Mordecai.
God,
and parade him through the city.
Wow.
You understand? So that everybody can see this honorable man.
God, sir.
Go ahead.
To Mordecai the Jew, that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken.
And he said, don't let any of this fail. Everything that you've spoken, that you said, that should be done to this honorable man, make sure you do it accordingly to what you said. Don't miss anything. Go ahead.
Verse 11, then took Haman the apparel and the horse and arrayed Mordecai.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And brought him on horseback through the street of the city.
And so he followed through with it. He went ahead and did it anyway. Well, even with all this hatred that he has for Mordecai, he wants to kill Mordecai. He wants Mordecai dead because Mordecai doesn't want to bow to him.
No.
You understand? But now he's in a position where he's giving orders from the king to go and give this man a rich robe, you understand, put him on a steed, a nice big size horse, you understand, put a crown on him, a nice beautiful crown on him, and send him through the city, you understand, and let everybody proclaim how honorable this man is on the earth. He's in the predicament where he has to do this to a man that he hates. Keep going.
And proclaim before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor.
And that's the man that the king delighted to honor, because King Ahasuerus, we went through his records and found Mordecai to be a loyal brother who did a good deed for him. You know what I'm saying? And so he wanted to reward him. And all he asked Mordecai was, well, what should I do for an honorable man? And Mordecai sitting there probably thinking that rewards for himself. You know what I'm saying? And then had to realize it wasn't for him. It was for Mordecai. Keep going.
And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning.
Read that again.
Verse 12, and Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning and having his head covered.
Because he was humiliated, man. He hated that situation because Mordecai came back to the gate like a regular day. Like he going and clocking back in to work. You understand? And he was an official now because of Esther becoming the queen. You understand? But Haman, you understand, he was humiliated. He felt humiliated about that. He ain't like that. So he covered his head in shame and just went back to his crib. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And Haman told Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends everything that had befallen him.
Haman was such a bitch. You understand? He was such a bitch, man. He just went back and just started crying to his wife and all of his friends. Oh, they didn't give me the king. You just didn't give me what I wanted. And just he gave that daggone Mordecai. He just was crying like a bitch, man. Go ahead.
Then said his wise men, and Zeresh his wife unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thus thou shalt not prevail against him, but shall surely fall before him.
You understand? They letting them know maybe it's not a good idea, Salakia. Shalom.
Hello, Daddy. Are we still going to the cookout?
Let me call you back. Brother, read that again for the top, Salakia.
And Haman told Zeresh his wife and all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh his wife unto him, If Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him.
This is what they told him. They said, you do know if he's a Jew.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? Then it ain't no point in doing what you're doing because you're gonna at the end you're gonna die.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they knew that the Jews had a terrible power behind them, man. You know what I'm saying? You black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women, you don't understand that the God that created the entire universe, he only deals with you and loves you.
That's right.
And he defends you. You understand? And he maketh the earth to tremble. You understand? Before his throne, man. You understand? And so they knew that the God that the Jews served was a terrible power. And they knew it to the point where they told him, it's like, well, listen, you're going to die messing around with Mordecai.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you got all this power and you up under, you understand, King Ahasuerus, you're going to die messing with him. Go ahead.
Before thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him. And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlains, and hastened to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared.
Now remind you, you understand, Esther was preparing a banquet. You understand? She prepared one, and he enjoyed that banquet. He went and told his wife, the king. The king and queen, they invited me to a banquet. He's just boasting about it. He's big-headed and everything. Like he had done something. And he boasted about how he was ranked up and received promotions and all of that stuff. You understand? But now, you know what I'm saying, the chamberlains are coming, you know what I'm saying, the king's servants coming to get him, to take him to the second banquet. But he don't know what's about to happen in this banquet.
That's right.
This one right here is different. You understand? This one right here is different.
Sir.
Right? Go ahead.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther, on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee.
Listen, go ahead.
And what is thy request?
Read it one more time for me.
And the king said unto Esther on the second day of the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom.
You understand? Give me 1 second.
I'm God.
All right. Read that one more time. Salaki.
I'm God, sir. And the king said unto Esther, on the second day of the banquet wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted unto thee. What is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to half of the kingdom.
He's saying, like, what is your request? He asking Esther, what's your request? Because he knew that that's the whole reason why the banquet was even, you know what I'm saying, that she even had the banquet, was so that she could sit down with him and Haman and explain to him what the situation was. You know what I'm saying? And she knew that Haman was going to get dealt with in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Which is what she wanted to happen, because that's what Mordecai wanted her to do, to go and make supplications with the king, to talk to the king and stop him from allowing this evil, you understand, decree to go out, you understand, to destroy the Jews. You understand? Because of Mordecai. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 3. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. Do
you understand? She's saying, please save my people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't let that happen. Don't let what that decree they went out to happen. Go ahead.
For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed.
And then she revealed to him that these people are my people. You know what I'm saying? And this decree that's being put out was there to annihilate, to destroy.
Right.
You understand, the children of Israel, man. To destroy all the Jews in the land. You understand? And she made, listen, and she put, and that's one bad sister, not in just her beauty, but the fact that she put her life on the line.
That's right.
To say and do what she did. Because by King Ahasuerus' law, she was supposed to have been put to death. You understand, for coming into that chamber.
That's right.
You know, without being requested.
That's right.
You understand? And so she put her life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Mordecai raised her correctly. You understand? And that's what we're here to do in Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is to raise brothers and sisters correctly. So when they face some trial or some test such as that one, you understand, you'll know how to deal with that test or that trial, man. You understand? You'll learn to continue being loyal to the Most High instead of being scared and cowardly and running and ducking your head somewhere, man. You understand? And she was a sister. This should be a good lesson to any brother out there, and even all you sisters as well. You know what I'm saying? That this was a sister, you understand, who could have lost her life, but she was so selfless in this act that she gave up. She gave up the fact that she could have been dead. She didn't even worry about that part. You know what I'm saying? She let that go. You know what I'm saying? And she went and did what was commanded of her by Mordecai, who was an excellent teacher and an excellent brother that raised her up. You understand? Keep going.
Sir. For we are sold, and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue.
So she basically saying right now, so like if I could, what she's saying right now is I would never come to you if it was because we were slaves. That's too trivial. That's small. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get destroyed.
That's right.
Like he sent in the army to go kill all of the men, women, and children. You understand? If it was just slavery, all right, no sweat, we can handle that. But you're trying to kill all of us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have to open my mouth and say something. That's the reason why I brought you here. Go ahead.
I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
Read that again.
For we are sold, and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
Even though the enemy could not countervail the king's damage, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when that decree goes out, that decree cannot be revoked, man.
Exactly, sir.
It can't be revoked.
Right.
You understand? That's part of the law in of course in that land at that time. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Then King Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, Who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so?
Hold on one second. Hello. I'm sorry, go ahead,
Okay. Esther 7 and 5. Then King Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, Who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so?
Where is that man that had in his heart to kill you and your people, man? Who is he? Ooh, Hammond in big trouble. Hammond is in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? He is in big trouble. Why? Because Hammond was the reason why that decree went out. And the Lord trusted him. I'm Slocky, not the Lord. The king trusted him. You understand? Go ahead.
If I may, this Hammond, now he is a cunning hunter. And if I could, I just wanted to get the definition of cunning right fast. If I could,
damn right, go ahead.
Cunning, having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. And this Hammond, Like he been putting it together, but now it seems like it's just falling short for him now. So good night.
Damn right, give him my hand. Give him my hand. It's falling faster, and he was already warned by his family. You understand that messing around with Mordecai was gonna get him in some trouble, getting put to death. You understand, and so he right now he took his last step. You understand? He took it his last step in this situation. You know what I'm saying? This last step is gonna be the last thing he ever does in this earth.
Sir.
You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, who is he? And where is he that durst perform in this heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is the wicked Haman.
Ooh, she put him on blast. You could imagine, like, everything from here went down here inside of him, man. But he was dying on the inside, like, because he knows, first off, she the queen. She knows his love for that queen. You understand? He knows the love that he has for that queen. And he knows that she's so bad in everything that she does and her beauty. You understand that's all she had to say, and that was the end of his life.
Right. That's right.
That's how bad she was.
That's right.
You understand? And he heard that. And read on.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and queen. Why was he afraid? Go ahead.
Because he knew that he was guilty of trying to take them Jews out with the king's ring, and he can't countervail it, and he knew he done messed up.
He messed up horribly.
Horribly, sir.
Because the thing that he did, it couldn't be reversed.
That's right.
You understand? Which is why, and which is why he did get put to death, which we about to read. Go ahead, Al.
It's obliged, sir. If I could, you understand, man, this sister Esther, man, she's a One West sister, man.
Damn right.
And she hearkened onto her, like as far as what she was taught. You understand? She called him the adversary, the enemy. You understand? Like it just wasn't all, it's just Haman, or it's just an Edomite, or just a regular person. She went into detail specifically on who this person was, man. And that just shows the training that she got from her cousin Mordecai, and how we are doing here within the IUPK on training sisters as well too, as brothers. So, you know what I'm saying? So this is, that was this. I just want to bring that point up. Right.
Damn right, give him a hand. You understand? She was a sister who any sister could go and read this. Any sister could go and read this and could learn, you understand, how you need to be doing, or how you're supposed to be. You understand how you're supposed to be as a sister, ready to take orders, ready to shut your mouth and do what was told of you, man. You got to go back to when Mordecai told her, when she learned of what was going on. You understand? And she sent that letter to Mordecai. Mordecai first off sent the letter to her and said, well, listen, you know what I'm saying, you got to go make some supplication with the king. You're going to have to talk to him.
That's right.
You got to sit down with him and talk to him, because he planning, they about to raid us and kill us out here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And she sent the letter back saying, if I go in there and talk to him, I'm going to get killed, right?
That's right.
Like, because you can't go in there unless you know what I'm saying, unless you're being requested.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And Mordecai made sure she knew, like, listen, I don't care what the situation is, you better talk to him now, because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, then no sweat, the Lord will send somebody to save us from somewhere else. But that could be the end of your life.
That's right.
And your family's life for not taking this order and not doing what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? And going and saving your people, because you're in a position to be able to do it. It was like, he let it be known, like, maybe that's why you were married to the king. Maybe that's the reason why the Lord allowed that to happen. Because there was going to be a day that was going to come where somebody as wicked and evil as Haman, you know what I'm saying, was going to seek out to destroy the entire, you know what I'm saying, population of the Jews over his jealousy of over his anger towards Mordecai, because Mordecai wouldn't bow to him.
Sir.
You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 7. And the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath.
Read that again.
And the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden.
And he went out he was angry. He stood up and walked out to the garden. You understand? He walked out there. He was that angry.
That's right.
You understand? Keep reading.
And Haman stood up to make requests for his life to Esther the queen.
Too late. Ain't no need. You understand? It ain't no need. Yeah, he stood up. He was trying to beg the queen, like, yo, don't put me to death. Don't, stop. Please. At this point, it ain't no please, man.
That's right, sir.
Because he had such a horrible hatred, he had a horrible hatred for Mordecai and the Jews.
That's right.
You understand? And it caught up with him. You understand? It caught up with him. Go ahead.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Doc, find me that scripture that talks about making our enemies our footstool, man. You understand? Find that scripture for me. Any one of you officers can find that. Go ahead. I'll read that one more time again.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
He knew that at this point, that there was some evil that was about to happen to him, that he was about to be put to death. He knew it. He realized in his heart, man, I'm done. It's a wrap. Go ahead.
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed wherein Esther was.
Read that one more time.
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed where Esther was.
So now the king comes in, and he don't know what the king about to do. He can imagine what the king about to do, but he falls on Esther's bed. You understand? Because he's trembling, he's scared because he know the king is about to do something. He is upset, man. He don't know what to do. That man is sick. You understand? Go ahead.
Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
Oh man! So he said, basically, are you going to assault the queen too? Because you all on her bed. So what are you trying to do? You trying to push up on the woman too, the queen?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just the way it looked like you know what I'm saying, you might have been doing something a little funny. So he just right now at this point, you know what I'm saying, he's on the King Ahasuerus' bad side. He's on his bad side, man. And with a king that has that kind of power, he already knew, you know what I'm saying, what was to come of his life. You understand? Keep going. So hold on. So like, you give me that scripture real quick.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
You understand? The Lord told my Lord. Now this scripture, of course, if you read this scripture, this is one of our reincarnation scriptures. We'll break reincarnation down another time. However, the Lord has always told us, you know what I'm saying, over time, you understand, when we were in the captivity of our enemies, that he would make our enemies our footstool, man. You understand? That he would put our enemies up under us. You understand? And in this situation right here, Haman could not prevail against Mordecai. No matter how much he hated him, Mordecai ain't even had to put his hands on him. Like Mordecai was just like one of them brothers that was chill and wise, and he was like hardcore masculine, but he was just chill and he was wise. He's like, I ain't finna do nothing out of the ordinary to get myself killed. But at the same time, it ain't all that serious. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make sure, everything get done straight. He was just chill with it. You know what I'm saying? But Hammond was just like one of them, he was like one of them devils that just got a pick, man. Imagine you being at work and you just one of those type of dudes that's your slave. You know what I'm saying? That mind your business. You ain't in everybody's business.
That's right.
You're working. You doing what you supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You might come in every now and then a little late or whatever, but you do your thing. You ain't starting nothing. You ain't doing what you're doing. But every time you turn around, you know what I'm saying, some devil is always trying to get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Some devil is plotting on getting you fired or whatever the case is. That's the spirit of Haman. He's just one of them devils, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He wants so bad. He's about to say something.
Oh, nah, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's just one of them devils, you know what I'm saying, that wanted to do something bad to Mordecai, but just for nothing, man. Just because he couldn't get the man to bow. And like I said before, man, they already knew the traditions of the Jews, man.
That's right.
King Ahasuerus, they knew the tradition. They knew that there was a people. That's why he even said. That's why Haman, when he first came to the king, he said to him, He said there's a people that is separate. They don't even believe they're supposed to follow the king laws, but then they're supposed to follow their God's laws. You understand? And that's what that was his plea. That's what he made. That's the plea that he made, unto the king in order for the king to give him permission to do something.
That's right.
So they already knew we were a people that was separate from other nations. They knew that we were people that practiced our own customs, our own laws. We didn't get down with Christmas. We didn't get down with Halloween and all of the customs and all of the practices that they did in that time. We got down in the law of the Bible, man.
That's right.
The law of the Most High, the law of Moses.
Right.
You understand? We got down in those laws. You know what I'm saying? And they knew that. You know what I'm saying? So Haman's issue, wasn't the fact that we were separate as a people. His issue was Mordecai, man.
That's right.
Because here's that thing, as long as you work, it doesn't matter if you worship your own God. If we want you to bow to us, we want you to bow to us. That's how you feel. Think about it today in America, right? Today in America, they want you to bow no matter what your religion is.
Wow.
They want you to bow. They want you to be inclusive, no matter whatever your affiliation is.
Wow.
The only place they can't never do that in is in ISUPK.
That's right, sir.
And here, they'll never be able to make us be inclusive to everybody else.
That's right.
They went and got inside and infiltrated the Black Panther Party. Look at the Black Panther Party today, man. You understand? They're few in number. They have no political power at all. And at one point in time, it was white people in that organization.
Wow.
One of the most hardcore, organizations. You understand? They started introducing the so-called white man inside of their organization and other nationalities as well.
Wow.
You understand? Look at the Nation of Islam.
Right.
Used to be hardcore back in the 60s and the 70s.
That's right.
You understand? And look at that organization. You look inside them mosques and them temples that Farrakhan, you understand, be teaching there. It'd be white people scattered all over there, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is the only organization where we have not compromised and allowed people to be up here, man. Give that a hand, man. And we're not going to let that happen. Go ahead.
And if I could, look at these fake Israelite groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
They allow our so-called oppressor to sit and drink wine with them.
Man, listen.
Right.
Give him a hand. He's right. Give him a hand. You can find pictures of some of these Israelite cats. They taking pictures with Edomites, man. I'm telling you something for real, man. I ain't just making this up. They taking pictures with Edomites. You got some of them that's teaching that you can have sex with Edomites and have Edomite prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? We are supposed to be a separate nation. You know what I'm saying? And Haman, you understand, and Assyrians, they knew that we were a people that was separate. But Mordecai, you know what I'm saying? His beef was Mordecai. Not Mordecai. Haman's beef was with Mordecai. You know what I'm saying? His beef was with Mordecai. He wanted to do something to Mordecai because Mordecai just would not bow. Because Mordecai was a real loyal Negro, you know what I'm saying? A Benjamite, you know what I'm saying? That followed the Lord and was not going to bow down to no damn Haman.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Some wicked, proud, puffed up bastard, man.
That's right.
Keep going.
Will he force the queen also before me in the house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
Damn. Just imagine you standing there and as he says that,
wow,
you getting a bag over your damn face. Like that's some gangster stuff right there, man. This some gangster stuff. This like some mob movie type stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's standing there and he don't know what's about to happen, and two men walk up behind him and bag his face. Read on.
And Barnabas, one of the chamberlains, said to the king.
Let me say this real quick. The Bible is not for the weak.
That's right, sir.
It's not for the faint of heart.
That's right.
You understand? You listen, if you want fairy tales, you want to be taught fairy tales, you want to celebrate Christmas, go join the Christian church, man.
Right.
Go to church.
That's right.
But in here, man, you learn about real prophets and priests and warriors, judges, man, real brothers and sisters who was living, you understand, in some rough, terrible times, man. You know what I'm saying? And they had to fight blood and tears, man, throughout the whole situation. You understand? Or they faced extinction on this earth. We faced extinction on this earth.
That's right.
You understand? This is the book of history and law, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to get down.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to be in the spirit of our forefathers.
Right.
We got to carry ourselves and conduct ourselves in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because with the way this earth is right now, being a Christian is not going to keep you from dying in this earth, man.
That's right. That's right.
Like being a Christian is not going to keep you from you know what I'm saying, is not going to keep you safe. Being a Christian is the opposite of what happened to you. Go ahead, Doc.
So like I said, if I may, even these fake Israelite councils, they just like Christians that know Christ is black.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know none of the laws, just know Christ is black, but they just big Christians.
Damn right, you're my man. You understand? And here's the crazy part about it, right? The Christian church the black Christian church had already been teaching that Christ was black. You know what I'm saying? Before these so-called fake Israelite Jews. You know what I'm saying? They had already started doing it. Now, some of them, there was very few of them. You know what I'm saying? Most of them teach that Christ has no color, which is phenomenally stupid. I've never known a man to walk this earth and not have any color. Walking around here clear. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. You understand? And then a lot of black people believe that he was white.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a psychological defect. It's something that's just utterly wrong in your mind if you're willing to. It's like even if like just say for instance he was white, right? Why would you as a black man want to serve that? It kind of makes sense as the reason why Esau is so damn rebellious towards us. You understand? But it's like, why would you know? But anyway, that situation, and then of course, you know what I'm saying, you got some churches out there that try to say, well, okay, Christ was black, but that doesn't bring you closer to the truth, man. It's a good start, but you're still practicing Christianity.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You're still being a homosexual. You're still celebrating Christmas. I don't understand how you could say that Christ is black, but turn around and still be eating pork and still going out here and celebrating Christmas. Christmas is like the worship, first off, of Nimrod, which is a whole nother nationality. You know what I'm saying? And then also you put your belief still in Esau because you waiting for some fat, chubby white man to come down the damn chimney to give you cookies and presents, man. You know, and can you believe adults actually believe that? That's psychotic, man.
Wow.
Still got adults teaching that. And listen, the worst thing I ever heard, and I ain't gonna stay off topic too much, man. Worst thing I ever heard is a sister say, oh, well, we gonna still tell the kids it's Christmas or about Santa Claus because we don't want to take their childhood away from them. Now, you wonder why they so sick in the head today, man.
Wow.
You wonder why their lives are destroyed because you started lying to them at birth, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they grow up and they don't know what to believe. They don't even want to believe in the Bible no more because they think that everything you told them comes out of the Bible.
That's right.
They don't even want to open it up and see that everything you said was a damn lie.
That's right.
Because you used this Bible against them, you know what I'm saying, in a way that makes them hate it.
That's right.
So now it's the responsibility of the priests and prophets today to go out there and help them to unlearn that garbage that they were learning and teach them about people like Esther.
Right.
Teach them about people like Mordecai,
right.
About Judas Maccabees,
right.
about Isaiah,
right.
about Christ, about Moses, about Adam and Eve, about, you know, and the true understanding of what went down. You understand? That's what we have to do. Keep going.
And Harmonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman.
Harmonah, he just put it out there. He's like, listen, I'm going to tell you something. So, you know, Haman, he was already building some gallows, you know, some gallows, you know what I'm saying? Because he thought he was going to come up here and get your permission to kill Mordecai.
That's right.
Let's use that.
That's right.
Let's use them gallows he built for, you know what I'm saying, for Mordecai. Let's use it on him.
Right.
And go ahead.
Standeth in the house of Haman.
Mm-hmm.
The king said, hang him thereon.
The king said, hang him on it. That thing that he built, see, you got to understand, man. It was like he was setting his own destruction up. You know what I'm saying? Because he built that gallows, he built that hanging device, you understand, for Mordecai, but it ended up being for him, man. You understand? Like you can't touch the Lord's people, man. You can't touch the Lord's people without getting repercussions. You know what I'm saying? And even though it was a heathen that delivered that blow to that heathen, you know what I'm saying, that was still the Lord in the midst of that situation.
That's right.
You know, like the Lord allowed that to happen. Give that a hand, man. The Lord allowed that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing too small for the Lord, man.
That's right.
You give me that scripture. You understand? Find me that scripture. It ain't nothing too small for the Lord, too hard for the Lord. You understand? And he just, in this situation, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do now? Nothing, man. You basically hanging yourself at this point. You build your own death device.
Sir.
You understand? And so the order was given for that to happen. Let me know if you find it. All right, well, you can go, keep going.
Sir. So they hanged Haman.
So they hanged him. They put him to death. Right? Now we talking about a man that was a high official. You understand? A man that was a high official. He was under the king. He was the next man. You understand? Who had he had the power of the king, even though he wasn't the king. You know what I'm saying? He had the power to influence the king. The king gave him his signet and said that if anything you want to decree on, you got mine. You can stamp that thing as if it was me stamping it.
That's right, sir.
You understand? And he was brought down low, man.
Sir.
He was brought down low. His rank and everything went away once he got put to death. Go ahead. You about to say something?
Oh, come on. So I believe I got that scripture.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32, verse 27. Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 28. Therefore saith the Lord, behold, I will give thee this city in the hand of TITHES, and into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
Nebuchadnezzar, man. You understand? And so the Lord is saying, is there anything too hard for me? There's nothing hard for the Most High, man. Right. The Most High, no matter what the situation that we going through as Israelites in this land or any other land or any other empire, the Lord always comes and delivers us out of it, man.
That's right.
The Lord brings us out of that. You understand? And in this situation, you know what I'm saying, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, allowed this man to be put to death. Well, it's not over yet. Because it's still more that has to go down. Because we got rid of the problem where the problem started. So the man is dead, but there's still more of a problem that has to be dealt with. Keep going.
So they hanged Haman on the gallows that they had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified.
The king's wrath was pacified, meaning he was no longer angry anymore.
That's right.
He got what he needed. That was his fix.
Right.
He put that man to death because that man, you know what I'm saying, that man was coming up against his wife who he loved and would give half his kingdom to. God. You know what I'm saying? Because she was just that bad of a woman. You understand? Keep going.
On that day, verse 8:1, on that day did King Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews, enemy unto Esther the queen.
Gave all of his property, everything he owned unto the queen, man. You understand? He gave everything when he was put to death, everything that belonged to him is now the queen's. God. Whatever gold, whatever riches, whatever honor that he had, whatever horses, his families, all of that, everything that he had was given unto the queen. Go ahead.
And Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her.
So now Mordecai comes to the king, right? Mordecai comes to the king, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you understand, y'all good? All right. Because now, you understand, the king now knows that Mordecai is a Jew. God. The king now knows, you understand, his relationship with the Jews and, of course, his relationship with Esther. All right? Go ahead.
And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it to Mordecai.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I want these brothers to hear this. They're coming in. I want them to hear this. Read that again.
And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai.
You understand? He took off his ring. That very ring that he gave to Haman, wow, that allowed Haman to go and stamp the king's name on
God.
decrees
God.
that gave him the power as if he was the king.
God.
He passed that ring over to Mordecai.
Oh.
That's like now Mordecai,
Right.
you understand, is in the position of authority over the entire provinces under
right,
the king.
That's right.
You understand? Just like how Joseph, you understand, when you go back to Joseph, you know what I'm saying? When Joseph was given, because he was able to interpret the dreams of the Pharaoh,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? Because he was able to do that, he was made a high official under the Pharaoh.
That's right.
You understand? So it's the same situation because of Mordecai's loyalty to the king. You understand? Mordecai was given the signet, and the signet was granted to him to be able to pass and make laws and decrees, man. You understand? And so the Lord even, and this is another lesson to you. You know what I'm saying? When you're obedient to the Most High,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? This is an example of how obedience, you know what I'm saying, even in your enemy's kingdom,
That's
can
right.
gain you some honor, can gain you some riches, some royalty.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we wonder, a lot of us coming into the truth, you know what I'm saying, we might be wondering, well, dang, am I going to be poor into the return of Christ? You know what I'm saying? Is am I be living in this 1-bedroom apartment into the return of Christ? You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. You remain diligent and honorable to the Most High. Follow His law, statutes, and commandments. Treat your brother as you would treat yourself.
That's right.
You understand? And you can be given glories and riches in this earth. You understand? And that's what happened with Haman, because Haman was such a loyal brother. You know what I'm saying? And did what he was supposed to do to keep, you know what I'm saying, the destruction of, keep from allowing the destruction of the Jews, of his people, of our people. You understand? He was granted, you know what I'm saying, a high official. So now him and Esther the queen, powerful, and then now you got Mordecai, a powerful man. You understand? Go ahead.
Sir. And the king took off his ring and gave it to Haman and gave it to Mordecai. Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman.
So he said Mordecai over the house of Haman. Everything that Haman had, gave it all to Mordecai, man.
Sir.
Gave it all to Mordecai. Go ahead.
And Esther spake yet again before the king and fell down at his feet and besought him with tears.
Read it again.
And Esther spake yet again before the king and fell down at his feet and besought him with tears.
Go ahead.
I just got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I know the king is a heathen, but like, does he get any like blessings for like, kind of like blessing them? You know, I know like the Most High behind it. Like, does he get any like, you know, cause I don't know, he still could have like been grimy, you know, like, you know, not wanting to uplift them in any way or reward them or whatever.
That's true. And so to answer your question, yes, the Lord can bless a heathen. You understand? He can. Because the Lord does what? He gives mercy to whom he gives mercy to, man. You know what I'm saying? He could definitely, for that good act. It's the same as when, you know what I'm saying, when the white woman, you know what I'm saying, in the book of Matthew, when the white woman came to Christ, you know, and told Christ that her daughter was vexed with a devil, you know what I'm saying, and that she needed some healing, you know what I'm saying, and so Christ, you know, Christ at first wasn't going to do nothing for her, but it was until she recognized or said to him, you know what I'm saying, that she understood that she was nothing, or that she was a dog, you know what I'm saying, that she was low to the earth, which was a good saying to Christ. And so Christ still healed her daughter, you know what I'm saying, and she was a heathen. You understand? So yeah, doing something as a heathen, you know what I'm saying, that's righteous or good in the sight of the Most High, they could receive a reward from the Most High. The Most High can reward whoever he wants to reward.
That's right.
You understand? But they will never ever get, you understand, the promises or the covenants or the laws or the rulership that we have that's established in our covenant. You know what I'm saying? They're going to always still be, you know what I'm saying, the heathen nations, and we're going to always still have power over them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord granted that for us in the beginning. You understand? Does that answer your question? All right, go ahead.
Sir. And Esther spake yet again before the king and fell down at his feet and besought him with tears. and put the mischief of Haman the Agagite and his device that he had advised against the Jews.
You understand? And she begged, she fell down to her feet. You understand? And she was just still in tears about what was supposed to be happening. You know what I'm saying? Because of that decree. You know what I'm saying? Because even though Haman's dead, you understand that decree is still official.
That's right.
You understand? And so something has to be done with that.
God.
You understand? Go ahead.
Then King held out the golden scepter.
Then the king held out that golden scepter, man. Read on.
Toward Esther.
Mm-hmm.
So Esther rose and stood before the king and said, if it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, and the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, which he wrote to destroy the Jews, which are all the king's provinces.
And she listen, and she's so bad, man. She's so bad because first off, if you go back to it, you know what I'm saying? But first off, you ain't supposed to be there unless you're being requested. That's first off. Second off, you're asking this king to reverse something that is not supposed to be revoked.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The king has an obligation to uphold the laws.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So now when this thing went out, this decree went out, even though Haman was a treacherous bastard, you know, who was about to kill all these people, that decree was supposed to still happen. You know what I'm saying? That thing was still supposed to happen.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And it said, with the Jews.
So if I could, so she's asking, just to bring it right up to date, she's asking him to reverse it. She's asking him to stop it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people?
How can I endure as a queen of your queen in this kingdom? How is that going to, like, how can I endure that mentally to know that my people out here dying? Like, I'm supposed to be your queen, and I'm supposed to be up in here being happy, but knowing that my people out there dying, I'm supposed to still be happy. She's letting them know I'm not gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna be able to sit up here in this throne and have all of this riches and this glory and all of this power, knowing that my people out there about to get slaughtered. God, the water. Yeah, good. Oh, shot the water. Go ahead, Doc.
Or how can I endure the destruction of my kindred?
Or how can I endure the destruction of my kindred, meaning my family, my blood? You understand? Like, how can I do that? And see, the thing is, what you got to understand is these so-called, you know, celebrities, Steve Harvey and them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey and what's the bald-headed Negro, the one that was the get up? No, the buff one, the ones always doing the robot. Terry Crews, man. yeah, that cat, man. But they don't understand loyalty, man.
No.
Like they the type of Negroes who would have let us die, man.
That's right.
Just so they could have, it wouldn't hurt them. Like even today, the water.
No.
Even today, man, you see brothers getting slaughtered out there in the streets like it ain't nothing about them cops.
That's right.
You understand? And then you ask any one of these daggone, you know what I'm saying, these stepping fetching coons, you know what I'm saying, and they got, you know, they siding, you understand, with the opinion of the so-called white society. You know what I'm saying? Just like Charles Barkley. You understand? Siding with his opinion about black community in a time where the black community is being destroyed by our enemies, that's being murdered by our enemies. You understand? Because they don't have the heart that Esther had, man.
That's right.
Esther, it would have grieved. Esther was saying, look, see, it's going to grieve me to know that my brothers is being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt me tremendously to know that my brothers and sisters out there about to get killed. You understand? Go ahead.
Like, it just brings me to mind, like, Esther she didn't sell out. Just like nowadays, we look at Nick Cannon. I hate to bring his name up, but he sold us out completely because he over some contracts. Like Esther, that's why I give that. That's why I praise that sister. You know what I'm saying? Just simply because she didn't sell out. Just like brothers nowadays would have been sold us out to the oppressor, like they do now for their gains. And she had that. She had enough power that she could have forgot all about that the nation of Israel. But she was willing to put her life on the line, but I can't say that for the people nowadays, the people that have power to have a voice, but they're just selling themselves short. So like
Damn right, give them a hand. You know, let them tell it, you know, that ain't their problem, man. Lil Wayne said he ain't never experienced racism. You understand? As much as I used to love listening to Lil Wayne music back in high school, I don't listen to a drop of it no more. Because the minute that you say something like that, I'm done with your music, your movies. I don't even want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how 100 I am about my people. Go ahead,
I'm kind of surprised that like the people didn't start thinking maybe the king was weak, you know, because he was kind of like falling over just abroad. Like he the king. He could have had anybody, but like he doing stuff he ain't supposed to do for this broad. That's not even like his nation. So like, you know, that's kind of like it had to be the Most High really. Like,
you're right. It had to be the Most High, and give him a hand. It had to be a Most High, man. You understand? Because you're right. He went against his own laws for this woman, and it was good that it happened that way because it saved us. But at the same time, like I said, and we'll read that in the Apocrypha, but the Apocrypha talks about, you know what I'm saying, the brothers who King Darius asked to, you know, to give him some wisdom. And he asked them which is more powerful, you know what I'm saying, the king, wine, or women. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the wisest of them all said that women are the most powerful because they influence the mindset of kings, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? They influence it. Everything we do. The reason why we even go out and work these jobs and dress fly, you think you dress and fly for yourself or other brothers. No. You ain't dressing fly for yourself or other brothers. You dressing fly because you hoping one of them birds out there gonna see you. That's why you do that. Get out of hand because you know it's true. Go ahead, Al.
Then King Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen and to Mordecai the Jew, Behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him that have hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon the Jews.
He said, I done gave you Haman. I gave you all his property. Behold, I gave you all his property. I even gave you his life. Put him to death for you.
Right.
Keep going. Because that's what, I mean, and she did all of that for her.
Right.
She set up a banquet and she told him what happened, and boom, he dead. He's a high official. He was ranked up to the highest official, and he got put to death that quick behind her, which was good for us, man. Go ahead.
Write ye also for the Jews, as it liketh you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring.
Read that again.
Write ye also for the Jews, as it liketh you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring.
Now let me remind you, right? Even though Haman was dead, the decree was still out there that these soldiers were supposed to have still went and slaughtered the Israelites.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? So she came to him, and she put up once again, put herself on the line again. You know what I'm saying? But he held out that scepter, letting her know, okay, no sweat, peace, come on in. You know what I'm saying? And then of course her plea was to not let that decree keep going. And this is what he said. He said, here, go ahead and write the letter as you please. You know what I'm saying? Write it the way you want to write it, word it the way you want to word it, and seal it. You understand? To stop that decree, reversing that decree. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Of the Jews being put to death.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? Which was against his custom. Because once that thing was sealed and gone, it was supposed to be revoked. I mean, it could never be revoked. Salakia. You was about to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
For the writing which is written in the king's name and sealed with the king's ring may no man reverse.
So read that one more time. Salakia.
Sir. Write ye also for the Jews as it liketh you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring. For the writing which is written in the king's name and seal it with the king's ring, may no man reverse.
No man will be able to reverse this, man. No man will be able to reverse this. Once you do this thing right here, you know what I'm saying, it can't be reversed. And you can word this decree the way you want to word it. If whatever you got to do to stop your people from dying, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. Here go the ring. Go ahead and write the letter and stamp it. as if and gave her the power, gave them the power, you understand, to stop something from like that from happening that was about to be the destruction of all the Israelites in that land. Go ahead.
Sir. Then were the king's scribes called at the time in the 3rd month, that is the month Sivan, on the 23rd day thereof, and it is written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews, and to the lieutenants, and to the deputies, and the rulers of the provinces, which are from India unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, and to the Jews according to their writing and according to their language.
You understand? Sent this decree out to everybody according to their language, according to their nationality, man. And he let it be known. They let it be known. You understand that this is done. That no more of that wanting to kill, that power trip that Haman had. And all of that was part of Haman's power trip. He just was power tripping. And again, that's such the nature of Esau. Esau is such a power trip. You understand? If he can't get what he wants, what is he gonna do? He's gonna go out there, he's gonna make your life a living hell.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get wise and know how to deal with him. And Mordecai, you understand, he practiced an exceptional amount of discipline in dealing with that situation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He allowed the Lord to guide his footsteps.
Right.
He didn't overact and go outside of his discipline, you know what I'm saying, which could have got him killed. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you know what I'm saying, he went and he talked to Esther. It's so wise that the first thing he did was talk to Esther. Because he knew how her influence on the king. You understand? And she might have not have known that, but she had an excellent influence. Like his respect for her was beyond his respect for anybody. His love for her was beyond his love for anybody. You understand? And he was gonna do whatever it took, you understand, to stop to make sure that thing didn't happen. And he went and used her first. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, you understand, the Lord guided that situation. Keep going.
And he wrote in the king Ashur's name and sealed it with the king's ring and sent letters by post on horseback and riders and mules and camels and young dromedaries, wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together.
You understand? To gather yourselves together, man, in this situation, because this is a glorious event that's happening.
Exactly.
And we gathering ourselves here today, you understand, for the same spirit. The fact that the Lord once again released us from a situation that was about to have us destroyed. You understand? Give it a hand. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget these days, man. Passover is coming up. You understand? And we was delivered out of Egypt, and we were going to be obliterated. We was about to be destroyed in that land as well, man.
That's right, sir.
You understand? And they was doing all kinds of heinous crimes against us. You know, they was throwing our babies inside of the alligator pit and killing them. They was causing us to die in that land as well. And enslaving us and beating our backs the same way it was done here in this land right here, man.
Sir.
You understand? So, you know, and so now this was a relief for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we come in here today, so that we can remember, you know, that we were given an exceptional amount of mercy by the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he raised up valiant and strong, you know what I'm saying, people who represented us in a way that saved us. And then today, you got Commanding General Yohana, man. Give him a hand, man. You got Commanding General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, who was raising up men and women and children, you know what I'm saying, inside of his school. Excellent sons and excellent daughters, you know what I'm saying, that are going to be, that's out here doing the same work that Mordecai is doing, the same work that Judas Maccabees was doing, the same work that the disciples was doing, the same work that Christ was doing. You know what I'm saying? Raised us up to go out here and to save our people. You know what I'm saying? But this time we out here waking them up and telling them, get off them drugs, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Stop having sex with them prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Stop killing your brother over some shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stop eating that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop following Christmas and then and celebrating Halloween and Easter and start celebrating these high holy days. That's what we out here doing, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna continue doing that. We gonna keep gathering on days like this so that we can be reminded of people who did the same thing in the past that we're doing now.
God.
You know what I'm saying? That saved us from being destroyed.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Gather where in every city to gather themselves together and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people in the province that would assault them.
You understand? He gave them power. The king is giving them power to go and kill anybody who tries to come up against them and kill them.
That's right.
Because the decree was for them to be killed.
Right.
You understand? But he's giving them the power to get, to get strong and get out there. And anybody that comes and tries to harm them, destroy them, man. Kill them. Go ahead.
Sounds one west.
Listen, the one thing you're going to learn about the ISUPK, man, is there ain't no suckers up in here.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to fight and we're going to defend, you understand, this truth. We're going to fight and we're going to fight and defend this truth the way that they was fighting and defending their lives at that time in this truth as well.
That's right.
You understand? And their way of living, which is our way of living. Go ahead.
And cause to perish all the power of people in the province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil for a prey.
And take the spoil that they have, man. To keep the spoil, meaning to everything that these enemies came up that they had after they slaughtered them. After we would have slaughtered them, we would have taken everything they own, man. Keep going.
Upon one day, in all the provinces of King Assuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, the copy of the writing for the commandment to be given to every province was published unto all the people, and that the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves of their enemies.
You understand? The Lord, so now the king was giving them again the power to fight their enemies off. Anybody that came up against them that wanted to kill them, man. You understand? They wanted to make sure, he made sure that they were able to defend themselves. You understand? Go ahead.
So the posts that rode upon the mules and the camels went out, been hastened and pressed on the king's commandment. And the decree was given into Shushan the palace. And Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in royal apparel of blue and white. And with great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of the Shushan rejoiced and was glad.
Man, listen, Mordecai was fly, man. He was ranked up like now imagine him being a basic official starting off. He's watching the gate. You know what I'm saying? And then because of his discipline and his loyalty, you understand, to the king and his discipline to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? He's being ranked from that all the way up to the king's right-hand man.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Who's out there signing documents and sending out decrees, man.
Right.
Now he got the power to make sure that things are done righteously to his people, because he's a Jew himself. So he doesn't want to see the Jews out there dying. You know what I'm saying? So now he can use that power that he now has that was given to him by the king to make sure that the Jews were being taken care of in that land and that captivity. You understand? Listen, don't put your faith in these politicians out here in America, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to sell you out. In that situation, the Lord was just absolutely with us. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand, that was politics right there that almost got us destroyed in that land.
That's right.
You understand? Because all Haman had to do was go and petition, you know what I'm saying, petition the king to have us put to death. And it got written down and documented, and it was a document that it became a decree, a law for the Jews to be destroyed. Same thing that happens here in America, man.
That's right, sir.
That same thing that happens with abortion, and all of the things that they do, that they devise against us. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord was with us in the end, just like the Lord is going to be with us, you understand, in the end of this place right here that we're in. So it's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come up out of her, man, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm saying come up out of her, you know what I'm saying? And give me that scripture, Baba Kushah. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying come up out of her, I'm saying stop practicing these religions. You understand? Stop practicing these holidays. Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You understand? Stop being a whoremonger. Stop being a whore. Stop disobeying the Lord's laws, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. And we can receive the mercy from the Most High. We can be delivered, you know what I'm saying, from the hands of our enemies the same way the Jews were, man. In the time of the Persians. You understand? You got that for me?
Common concept.
Go ahead, read either one. Go ahead. Go ahead and read.
So like I said, this is the book of Revelation,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 18, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Listen, this voice that came out of heaven told him, said, come up out of her, my people. This is Christ telling them to come up out of her, my people, man. You understand? We gotta come up out of this place that we in. And I don't mean getting in a boat and trying to be Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about you just gotta stop doing the things that you're taught in the society to do. Everything that we're taught that's wicked in this earth is not our culture, is not our laws, man.
That's right.
This is stuff these are customs that we get away with, you understand, because we live in a land that it's no different from any land that we ever lived in, you understand, where the king decree was for everybody to worship some dumb idol, which is against the law, according to the Bible, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even everything you're doing, you don't realize that everything you're doing is some form of worship of Satan.
That's right.
Homosexuality, the worship of Satan.
That's right.
Smoking weed, the worship of Satan.
Right.
You understand? Or some god or some mythical god that says it's okay to smoke as much weed as you want. You understand? Having sex with whores, the worship of Satan.
Right.
You understand? Being a whoremonger or pimping out hoes, the worship of Satan, man. You understand? All of those things is the worship of something other than the Most High, and the Most High wants your loyalty. And if he doesn't get your loyalty, then guess what ends up happening? You get destroyed, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, keep reading that up. All right.
Come on, son. And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And we will not receive these plagues. You understand? If we come up out of her, we won't receive the plagues that is coming to America. America is about to be drenched in fire, if you don't already know. You understand? Just like how Sodom and Gomorrah was drenched in fire, just how like Rome was drenched in fire, just how like, you understand, Egypt was drenched in fire, just like all of these empires that was destroyed, you understand, for you understand, their evil and their wickedness towards the Jews. You understand, America is about to be done the same way. Right. And so the Lord is saying to avoid these plagues, come up out of her. You know what I'm saying? Show yourself approved to the Lord, man, to Christ. You know what I'm saying? Work for your crown, man. So that day when them chariots hit the sky, you can be beamed up in there, man.
That's right.
You can be beamed up in them chariots, you understand, and the Lord, you understand, will see that you were fit, you understand, to be in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Go ahead. Was there any more on that?
Come on, sir. There's one more verse.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Man, because America's sins has reached into heaven. You know what I'm saying? You see all the diabolical things going on in this country. In this country, you can be the nastiest homosexual ever. You know what I'm saying? You can abort as many babies. Sisters aborting babies in America by the millions a year. Right. You understand? And we're not talking about emergencies, emergency abortions. We talking about, I don't want to take care of this baby because I want to still party abortions. You understand? Right. And the Lord is seeing that cup is filled up here in America. You understand? The politics, the cocaine that was dropped in our hoods in the 80s, man. You understand? The pills, what do you call it? The epidemic that we in right now with the drugs. What is it called? Opioids. The opioid epidemic. You understand? All these things, man, the white man has devised against us. You know what I'm saying? And America's cups is full. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. And the Most High have remembered her iniquities.
And the Most High has remembered these iniquities. And don't think that at all that you know what I'm saying, that you know, because this world, every day you wake up, everything is still the same way, still the same way. The Lord has not forgotten the iniquities of the past of this place. He has not forgot about slavery. He's not forgot about, you understand, the the murdering of our babies, the things that that they used to do to us, like back in Louisiana, they used to feed our babies to the alligators, man. They used to throw our babies out there to the alligators, use them as alligator bait. You know what I'm saying? He ain't forgot about that. He ain't forgot about the rape, rob, and murder of the Native Indians. Go ahead, Bond.
That's right.
It's like, so I was going to just say, you know, the Sister Esther, this story is so heavy because, you know, the Most High has not forgotten about anything that was done to us. But you have so-called black leaders like Steve Harvey, who had the audacity to stand up on this TV show and tell the white lady,
Wow.
that next time you feel guilty about slavery, just say you don't give a damn about it.
Man, I remember that too. You brought that to my remembrance, and that was just the most disgusting thing. See, somebody said something on Facebook, man. I be scrolling through Facebook, and it was a sister, and she said something so wise. Sister said there's a difference between a coon and a brother that's just lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. The difference is a coon, you understand, their loyalty is to the white man. That's in them. You know what I'm saying? They don't, you know, it ain't, you can't blame that on them being lost. They just, that's just what they are. And then a brother who is unlearned or lost, that's just a brother who doesn't know, he doesn't understand or know yet.
Right.
That's a brother that if you take time and patience with him, he'll come and he'll understand the way that we understand. And some coon, like Steve Harvey, that's one of them Negroes that's just gonna have to see Christ. He just gonna have to see Christ, man. You ever hear brothers say, you gonna have to see me? You know what I'm saying? That means we about to fight. Yeah, he just one of them dudes that Christ gonna have to see him, man. You understand? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Him and Terry Crews, you know what I'm saying? Terry Crews is just the biggest homosexual. I don't understand, man. I don't understand it. He was part of the Me Too movement. Now, I thought that was a feminine thing, like, you know, females who were coming out saying they was being abused. Go ahead.
So Terry Crews most definitely is a homosexual. For the reveal, when they did the Expendables, I think it was #2. They did the movie premiere, and you know all the big time people showed up, like Sylvester Stallone and all them various people. Terry Crews ripped off his shirt and had on a bra. And flexed, and Sylvester Stallone was next to him, just looking like, like this 6'7", 290-pound steroid king rips off his shirt in front of everybody on the red carpet and has a bra on.
Man, come on, man. And it's sad when Esau looking at you like that.
Right.
Esau like the homosexual of all homosexuals. And he's looking at you like, you know, something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And you just this 200-something pound, real buff ass Negro, so like in my language, you know what I'm saying, buff Negro, and you just want to be naked all the damn time. I think Old Spice had a commercial with him in it. You remember that? You remember that commercial? He up in there just flexing, and every time he would flex, an instrument would start playing or something. Just garbage, man. Just that's what those coons are into, man. Them Negroes will do anything for some fame and fortune on this earth.
Right.
And then they'll talk down on brothers out here like us that get killed in the streets, man.
That's right.
You know, brothers who are having a rough life, they'll talk down to them. They have no empathy and no love for them. Why? Because they too busy with their hands up the white man's behind, man.
That's right.
You understand? And it's just a horrible thing. But thank goodness Mordecai wasn't that way. And thank goodness that Esther wasn't that way. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness, you know what I'm saying? Thank the Most High, Salakia. Thank the Most High. You understand that there were people, you understand, who cared enough about Israel that things got done in a way that saved us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it got done in wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, Doc.
And in every province and in every city, whatsoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness and feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews.
You understand? We went out there and we partied, man. We went out there and we got down. You know what I'm saying? Because we had learned that there was no more destruction for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That the king wasn't seeking to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them.
Fear of the Jews. So he got people saying, no, we gonna have to follow them now. You know what I'm saying? Because they was afraid of what was gonna happen. Listen, they knew the terrible power of the Most High, the God of the Jews. Everybody can attest that the Jews had a power that was over them that was greater than anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's us. That's us in here, little old us in here. Really, we big, but you know, I'm just talking about as far as our number.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, you don't have to worry about that, because the thing is that the Lord is going to increase us, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, the way it's set up, man, brothers and sisters, y'all gotta really understand the power of the nation of the Most High. The Most High is a kind and merciful, you know what I'm saying, God. You understand? Very merciful. And in this time period, man, he showed his mercy the same way as he showed his mercy in previous times. Keep going on.
Chapter 9. Now the 12th month, that is the month of Adar, the 13th day of the same, the king's commandment and the decree drew near to put in execution. And the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them.
Do you understand? That day that they were supposed to be destroyed, that whole situation was turned around.
That's right.
To the point where now, even though they were supposed to be destroyed,
That's right.
now they're destroying those who were enemies to them.
That's right.
And now they are ruling over those enemies.
Right.
That was just just straight up the Most High. Straight up the Most High, man. That's just more proof, and it just continues to be more proof. You understand that the Lord, you understand, is with the Israelites, man. You understand that the Lord is pleased with the you know what I'm saying, with our people, or has chosen us to be a special people unto Him, man. You understand? Keep going.
Now the Jews gathered themselves together in the cities throughout all the provinces, and King Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as saw their hurt, and no man could withstand them.
One more time. Just like for the top. One more time.
The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all the people.
Ooh, man. Israel was getting mighty.
Right.
Was getting mighty because the Lord was with them, and the King Ahasuerus was allowing it to happen, man. You understand? And he was just, and it's okay. Let him be mesmerized by Esther. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to stay alive. Like, just let Esther be his big reason for allowing us to, you know what I'm saying, to live out there. Because they ain't nothing but the Most High. Continue on.
And all the rulers of the provinces, and the lieutenants, and the deputies, and the officers of the king helped the Jews, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them.
Man, the Mordecai had all of this power. Even the armies of King Ahasuerus was out there defending the Jews, man.
Right.
So now you got the Jews. So now you got us all, all militarized up, and we in war mode and going against our enemies. But then on the side of us, we also got Ahasuerus' army coming out there helping us fight in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord was just with us, man. Go ahead.
It's like I said about me, it's like I'm getting off track, but that movie 300, right? When the Romans was fighting against the Persians, to keep in mind, they was the ones that defeated the Roman Empire, right? Am I correct? Or am I, the guy that was with the king of Persia that was walking on the people's backs, they built like
Xerxes. I think that was based on Kings. Go ahead, Bond.
So like I said, Xerxes is actually in the Bible, but Xerxes got defeated by Greeks.
That thing, if I'm not mistaken, that's Ahasuerus.
That's exactly what
That's Ahasuerus. Yes, because the translation, I think, in the English is Xerxes.
So that's the type of power that they had protecting the Israelites around that time, the Jews.
I would have to look into that more, because 300. I'm not sure what part or role that was in the scriptures as far as how that movie went. I do know that Septimius. I don't know if you ever heard of Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus was a brother that overthrew the Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? Which started the Dark Ages. I'm gonna look back into it, and that'll be something that one of y'all brothers can bring out to a history class. Just look into it real good and get studied up on it. But I do believe Septimius Severus was how the Roman Empire got destroyed. I'm not sure exactly the total accuracy of 300. I'm not saying it's not. I mean that it's not accurate. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying completely about it. Go ahead.
For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout all the provinces. For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater.
Man, Mordecai grew in rank. He was just continuously promoted. You understand, because of his valiancy and because of his loyalty to the king, man.
Right.
You understand? And it just was an honor. Now you got to see how Haman was, being raised up and given all of this, given all of this power. You know what I'm saying? He was given all this power, but because he was such a hateful bastard, you know what I'm saying? He ended up putting himself to death, man. He ended up getting himself put to death. You understand? But now Mordecai, of course, who was just once an official, was just once, a guard at the gate. And said now this man is the second man of Haman and has been given his signet to go and sign decrees. He has all of this power, this exceptional amount of power now. Continue on.
Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword and slaughter and destruction, and did what they would unto the house that hated them.
You understand? And they killed everybody in that land that hated them, man. Put them to death. You understand? Which was absolutely right and righteous in the eyesight of the Most High, because that evil Haman and originally wanted them to be dead.
That's right.
And so the Lord delivered his enemies, delivered our enemies unto us. You understand? Keep reading.
And in Shushan the palace, the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men.
Ooh, they're giving you the numbers, man. He killed 500 men. All right? They killed 500 men. Read on.
And Parashadaftha and Daphon and Apshapatha and Paratha and Adalia and Aratha and Paramashta and Arashai and Aradai and Benjatha, the 10 sons of Haman, the sons of Hammedatha, the enemy of the Jews, slew they.
Put Haman's 10 sons to death, man. Destroyed his family, man. You understand? They already put him, like I said, this is a man who was a high official, given high rank. You know what I'm saying? Had damn near the power of the king. You know what I'm saying? Brought all the way down to zero, man. Put to death, you know what I'm saying? Hung on the device that he created for Mordecai. You know what I'm saying? And had his property given over to Queen Esther. And then, of course, also had his sons killed, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't play with the Most High, man. You don't play with the Most High. You don't play with the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that this is a very, very honorable, you know what I'm saying, memorial or thing that happened, because this again signifies a time, you know what I'm saying, where we were saved from being slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? Being utterly destroyed on this earth completely. Keep reading, Naki.
And the 10 sons of Haman, the sons of Hammedatha, the enemies of the Jews, slew they. But on the spoil laid they not their hand.
But on the spoil, meaning they didn't take none of the spoil. They didn't, normally, people will go and rob and kill. You know what I'm saying? They'll take the spoil. They'll take the riches of that land, of their enemies, but they didn't take anything. Keep going.
On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan the palace was brought before the king. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. Or what is thy request further? And it shall be done.
I'm saying Esther just had it so good, man. She just had it so, Mordecai has had it so good that they could just get You know, they had the king right where they wanted him at. They got whatever they could get to make their enemies their footstool, man. And at this point, they killed so many men, slain so many of their enemies. You know what I'm saying? And rose in power. You know what I'm saying? They rose in power. You understand? And this was all, man, this all started with Haman's evil, wicked, you know, plot against Mordecai just because Mordecai wouldn't bow down to him, man. Right. And now you see the Jews rising in power. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go against the Lord's people, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll get you killed, man. And they learned, and his enemies, the Mordecai's enemies, you know what I'm saying? The Jews' enemies are learning that the hard way now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Esther 9:13. Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow also according to this day's decree, and let Haman 10 sons be hanged on the gallows.
So Esther is saying if it pleases the king, let us do the same thing as the next day. You know what I'm saying? Let's kill more of our enemies, man. And she was just zealous as hell. Like she was ready to finish them, man. You know what I'm saying? Just so that she could see, you understand, people, you know, rise up in power. Go ahead, Doc.
Low key, I feel like that was probably smart because I mean, if they cared about their father at all, they really would have just eventually came back to try to avenge that. Just like the people who the Most High commanded the Israelites to kill in the lands they went in, they ain't kill everybody. Them people like eventually grew, and now we kind of still dealing with them today. So that was really smart, really. Damn
right. Give them a hand. It's absolutely smart. Because one of them 10 sons could have been like the next Haman. You know what I'm saying? One of the ones that they might have wanted to avenge their father. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And we've been in situations like that. So it was just only proper to put all of his sons to death. Go ahead.
Somebody said, I was going to say, the only reason Haman was around was because King Saul didn't kill Haman. You know, he didn't kill Haman's forefather.
The Agagites, right. Damn right. Give him a hand. Read on.
And the king commanded it so to be done, and the decree was given all to Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons.
And he signed off on that decree, man. And they went ahead and they put Haman's 10 sons to death, man. You understand? That's the power that was given unto them. And it wasn't really, and don't look at it like it was the power that was given to them by the king. It was the power that was given to them by the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Most High, is that the Lord is not with you. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't have happened that way. That's right. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord was with Mordecai, was with Queen Esther or Esther, you know what I'm saying, in the situation, you know what I'm saying, and that's how they was able to prevail against their enemies. Continue on.
For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month Adar, and slew 300 men in Shushan. But on the prey they laid not their hand.
Again, they destroyed more men. Like the Jews was on a slaughter fest, man. Like out there killing them up, man. You know what I'm saying? Off the strength of Mordecai and Esther, man. You understand? Like they was out there killing them up, man. That's why we remember a day like this, man. You understand? The Jews came together and they stopped their enemies. You know what I'm saying? And we should remember days like this where we were delivered out of the hands of our, you know what I'm saying, of our enemies, where we was given the power to overthrow our enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? We could never forget these times where we could have, because at that time we were supposed to be extinct, man. Based on that decree, the decree was to kill all the men, women, and children. You know what I'm saying? All of us are supposed to, we wouldn't have been here today if that had happened. You know what I'm saying? But instead what happened is we were given our enemies. You know what I'm saying? And we destroyed them and we got powerful in this time. Go ahead.
But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives.
Read it again.
But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives.
And they stood for their lives. They got together and they stood for their lives. Read on.
And had rest from their enemies.
And had rest from their enemies. No more having to fight them so much because we stood up for ourselves and we fought against our enemies and we increased ourselves and destroyed them, man. You know what I'm saying? And it gave us a peace and rest. to know that our enemies are no longer a threat to us, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll give us peace and rest even today when we start following law, statutes, and commandments and obeying, you know what I'm saying, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? When the time that Christ comes, we'll be given that peace and rest. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we at war. You know what I'm saying? This is not our resting place here. We got to go to war if we want to make sure, if we want to get to our kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? If we want to get to our kingdom, if we want to have peace and rest, we got to keep warring. But how are we going to go to war? We're not going to get no swords, and we're not going to go out there and start killing. You know what I'm saying? That's not our warfare today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go out here, we're going to get brothers off of crack. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the prostitutes off the street. We're going to get these sisters in there and get up and have them up in here serving the Most High, putting on a head wrap, you know what I'm saying, and shutting her mouth up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have our children in order, obeying the Most High as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have our brothers in here disciplined and strong, you know what I'm saying, and ready to teach, you know what I'm saying, and obeying orders. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're going to get to our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to allow our enemies to destroy us in that way. Go ahead.
And had rest from the enemies, and slew of their foes 75,000.
75,000, man, is how many men was destroyed by the Jews, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you got to think about it. In the beginning, it said that we was Haman went to, you know what I'm saying? Haman went to Asuris and told him there's a people out there that's kind of separated. And he kind of made it seem like they was small. They was nothing really. You know what I'm saying? And of course, at the end, at the latter, these people became the greatest people in that land and destroyed, you know what I'm saying, all their enemies in that area, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But they laid not their hands on the prey.
But they laid their hands not on the prey, meaning, of course, they didn't take any spoil. They didn't take anything. Go ahead, Abon.
I was just gonna say that goes to show you how much honor we have. Even though we might be at war with somebody, we still not gonna rob them for your items.
Right.
And like Esau will kill you, rape you, murder you, and steal your stuff at the same time. He's the true definition of a vagabond. Right.
Give him my hand. That's absolutely correct, man. Like, he's just a profane bastard, man. He's just evil and wicked, and he'll rob you for everything, rob you blind, man. But us in this time period, this was business. We wanted to get them, we wanted to stop them from destroying us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say this wasn't about killing them and taking all of their things. This was about killing them to stop them from killing us.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
On the 13th day of the month of Adar, on the 14th day of the same rested they, and made it a day of feasting and gladness.
And that's what we do, man. You understand? We remembering this day. You understand? Because this was a day. You understand, where we was given mercy by the Most High. So just like any of our other memorials or our high holy days, we're here to remember the times where our brothers and sisters had to face an empire or a ruler that wanted to destroy us, man. You know what I'm saying? But we prevailed in the end because the Spirit of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, fell on one brother or fell on a few brothers or sisters to come and stop that situation from happening. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
But the Jews that were on Shushan assembled together on the 3rd day thereof, and on the 14th day, the 15th day of the same day rested, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the village that dwelt in unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month of Adar a day of gladness and feasting, a good day, and a sending of portions to one another.
You understand? And it was a good day for us, man. It was a good day to be able to conquer our enemies and not be destroyed because of that decree that Haman gave out, man. You understand? And it's going to be a glorious day when our king comes and we get beamed up in them chariots.
That's right.
And get the hell up out of here, man. We're going to celebrate that. We're going to drink some of the finest wine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get the business. We're going to get back to business and get out there and get them people out of our land so we can have it back. You understand? But the destruction of this land is going to be excellent, and it's going to be the same way as how the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and destroyed Rome and destroyed all of these places that were evil and wicked to us, man. You understand? Go ahead.
And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar and the 15th day of the same yearly, as these days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned to them for sorrow to joy.
14th day, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. You understand? That is Purim, man. You understand? And we are to keep that. We are to remember this day. You understand? And to honor this day, because this was a day, you understand, that we were delivered from the hands of our enemy once again. You know what I'm saying? Give a hand to the Most High for that situation. Sorry, Christ. Anything else? Keep going.
Was turned into them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting of joy, and the sending portion to one another, and gifts to the poor.
Sorry, read that one more time, Mike.
God, sir. And the days wherein the Jews rested themselves from their enemy, and the month which was turned unto them for sorrow to joy, and from mourning unto a good day.
From sorrow to joy, from mourning to good day. You could imagine in that time period when we were being destroyed by our enemies, when they were coming and killing us and raping us and harming us and doing all kinds of evil against us, you know what I'm saying, because we wanted to practice, you know what I'm saying, the laws of our God. You know what I'm saying, those days for us were mourning. You know what I'm saying, those days were sorrow. But now in this day right here, you know what I'm saying, we were supposed to be in celebration of the fact that the Lord delivered us out of that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. They remembered that day where they were brought out of that. You understand? Go ahead.
That they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and give to the poor. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them.
And all of this that Mordecai written and decreed was something that they were all supposed to do. You understand? And this is the tradition that we follow today here, even in 2021. You understand? Go ahead. You about to say something? Okay, go ahead.
Because Haman, the son of the Hamadite, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pure, that is, the lot, to consume them, and to destroy them.
You cast lots, so the Purim, that's like throwing, like casting dice. You understand? To destroy them, man. To make the decision to destroy them, man. You understand? Go ahead.
But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by the letters that his wicked device, which he had devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head.
This was all written and recorded. You understand? This was all written and recorded. And it's basically telling you everything that happened. There was a man named Haman. Haman came, wanted to kill the Jews. He hated Mordecai, wanted to kill the Jews. You understand? But Esther, in defense, because of her obedience to Mordecai, who was her head, you understand, who was like her father, who raised her like a father, even though they was cousins. You know what I'm saying? Instructed her to go deal with that situation because she had the power to do so. You understand? And this was all recorded. You understand? Go ahead.
Should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows. Wherefore they call these days Purim, and after the name of pure. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and all that they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such that joined themselves unto them, so as it was not failed that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year.
Every year, man. And we're going to do this every year. We're going to remember that day. You understand? Just like we're going to remember, you understand, all of the other, even all of the feast of dedication, the kind of every time that we were brought out of these lands, you understand, when we were being destroyed, we're going to remember these days. It was instructed to us by the Lord to do that, and we're going to do that, and we're going to continue doing it. You understand? Right. Any more on that? No, I mean, keep going until we finish it up.
And these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews.
This should never fail from among us, which is the reason why even today we're still remembering this day that happened thousands of years ago, man. Go ahead.
Nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm the second letter of Purim. And he sent the letters unto all the Jews 227 provinces of the king of Asherus, with words of peace and truth, to confirm these days of Purim in their times appointed, according to Mordecai the Jew, and Esther the queen, of enjoying them as they had decreed from themselves and for their seed, the matters of fasting and their cry. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in the book.
So they made it official. Give it out of hand. So they made that official, and the king, you understand, allowed it to be. You understand that we were able to you understand, to worship our God. You understand, and to practice our customs, and of course even that new custom. You know what I'm saying? Because we serve the Most High. You understand, and He allowed that to happen. You understand? So with that being said, that's the end of the class. I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer Kazak, Officer Lakia, Officer Maradaki.
All right, most honor in Christ. It's ISUBK security announcements. We are the ISUBK. Star of the 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about this in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Of course, we just finished Purim, so the next high holy day is going to be the Passover.
That's right.
And this falls on the 14th day of the first month. This falls on Saturday, April 24th. You can read about this in Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 through 51, Leviticus chapter 23, verses 4 through 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, 7 through 8, and then 2 Chronicles 30 and 17. Remind all occupants to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, star one all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amajim, which means to stand. We're going to give one courteous salute, sisters. Y'all can stay down. Men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Ayimajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshua Barakatam. That's Batat. Sorry, we're going to face the sisters. Sisters, y'all can stand now. Men of Israel, Ayimajim Shabbat, Ayimajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Ba'ashim Yahshua. Y'all say Yahweh, Shamar, Elatah, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah. Y'all to Batat, dismissed.